Hi and welcome back to the Quick Start video guides for Contact Jam. In this video we're actually going to look at now building out your information that you're going to send out to your subscribers. So at this point we've created a new list, we've done the confirmation emails, and we've also set up the thank you page links and the pending thank you page links. But what happens when they've actually gone through the process of signing up to your list? Well, you normally want to actually set up a first email, like a welcome email. So they've gone through the process of confirming. Now you actually want to welcome them to your list or whatever it is you're doing, and you want to put that information out to them in an email as soon as possible. Because at the end of the day, the person subscribed to your list for a reason, so the quicker you can interact with them, the better. To do this, we need to do what's called setting up an autoresponder. And to do that, we go over here on the left where it says lists, and we click. We want to choose the list that we're going to be working on. So this is video training list that we've been working on here. We'll click that. And now you'll see under the overview your list options, and we want to choose this one here which says autoresponders. So we click on autoresponders. We're creating our first autoresponder, so it says here create new autoresponder over on the right, so we want to choose this one. And this is where we want to actually tell our autoresponder what to do. Now we give it a name. This is just for our reference only, so you can put something that's relevant to your particular list and this email here. It triggers on when, and in our case it's a subscription. When they subscribe to your list, that's when it's going to trigger this event, this autoresponder, to start working. And you can choose when you send it, so you could choose to send it seconds later, minutes, hours, days, weeks. It's entirely up to you. I would recommend usually on the very first email you want to get out to your members as quickly as possible. So it's always good to choose immediately, but it's entirely optional and up to you. And once you've done that, we click on create autoresponder and edit email. So I've named this for my benefit here, so I know it's the welcome email. I'm doing it on subscription immediately, and I click this nice green button here to create the autoresponder. Now remember that this message is triggered based on the subscription rules you've done on them joining your list, and we're now going to actually write the email that welcomes them to our list. So in this case I'm going to do it from scratch. And then this is where we start filling out the details. The name and email address, I'd recommend if you've done your confirmation email like we showed in the very first email of the training series, I'd make sure you put the same name and email address in here, just because it keeps it more professional and doesn't confuse people as to what you're doing. They then understand what's happening and going on here. Like we had in our confirmation email we set up in the first video, we've also got the option to change the email address if we want to when they hit the reply button to see where it's going to go to. But again, it's always better and more professional to try and keep this the same. There might be certain scenarios where you'd want to change this, that's why you've got the option here, but generally you'll just leave this check mark here and continue on by choosing next on the right hand side of your screen. Just a moment before we move on and actually start writing this email, I want to cover as well quickly where we mentioned a moment ago about using email addresses. It's always professional to use the same one as you did in the confirmation. Again, the same rules apply with Contact Jam as they do with the confirmation email. Any email address that you decide to use must be one that you own. And as before, we don't allow the free email addresses in Contact Jam, so make sure you're using one of your own. Moving on then to the actual creating of your autoresponder email. It's very similar to what we did before in the setup of the confirmation. We can choose between HTML only, plain text only, or both. We put in a subject, enter the information of the email here that we want to say, and then we move on and we actually hit next once we're ready to do that. And likewise before, I'm just going to pull down here both of them. As you click on the panel here, you've got personalization options again that you can include inside your email, and inside the HTML version you just use this little box here to click, and then you can select what you want to insert. In my case I'm just going to use an HTML only email to make this simpler for me, and I'm going to put the information in here. You want to just basically include a short blurb of information at the beginning of your email to say why the person's receiving the email, where they signed up for it, etc. It just helps again, because don't forget somebody could be joining lots of different lists perhaps, or they're just busy and they come back later on that day or even a couple of days later, and then they see this email, I wonder who the heck it's from, and then they go and just delete it or unsubscribe. So it helps again if you connect in the early emails, just giving them a reminder as to where they signed up and what it's relevant to. This helps your subscribers recognize you easily and reduces the chances of marking the email as spam, which gives you grief along in the end of the day. A footer will also be included automatically in every email with an unsubscribe link in accordance with CAN spam rules. So just so you know that that's what's going on inside your emails. So we're just going to put some basic information into our email. So I've just included some basic information. Thanks for signing up. Hi there. Thank you for subscribing to our newsletter. You'll begin receiving. Obviously, you're going to be a lot more creative than this. This isn't about copywriting. This is just giving an idea that you fill out the content here. So put something that's relevant to your autoresponder in here, and then you click on Next. Congratulations, you've created your first autoresponder welcome message. Just to make sure it's okay, you can send a preview email to yourself, so you could just put in your email address here, click on send preview email, and then go and check. Just remember that any unsubscription links, etc., that would show up in your email won't be valid and actually work. They're just there for test purposes like before. So you put that in here. You can check the spam filter analysis information, etc., if you like here, and then you just click on next when you're done, and that's it. You've created your list. If you send a preview email to yourself, you put in the information and send it to yourself, you'll actually get a preview email is sent to give an email address, and it will give you a prompt here to show you that you've done that, so you know that it's clicked and gone, and you can go and check your inbox. So it returns us back to our video training list, the one we're working on. We've got the overview here, and we've got list options which we were creating. It highlights to show that we've been doing autoresponders. So you can now choose to create a new autoresponder if you want to continue making more follow-up sequence to your members. If you made a mistake and you welcome email and you want to change it, you can come here and click this, and that'll take you in, and you can go through and edit the information that you put on that email if you want to. Otherwise, you're done, and that's it. You've created your first autoresponder follow-up. Thanks for watching.